When talking about social issues, especially sensitive ones such as race, gender, or economics, we might do better if we think about these topics as if they were the person's baby, the person we're talking with, as in we are holding their child. That means that the person's opinion about the subject is like their opinion toward their child. They're not reasonable, they're very sensitive, and they're emotional. So therefore, we would do well to be very specific and not overstate our case. Something like, because of this evidence and that evidence, I believe that the best explanation, the best interpretation for what's going on is blah blah. It is healthy to be unsure and ambivalent about your interpretation of social issues. Saying things like, I can see how this group has this point, and that makes a lot of sense to me. But on the other hand, I can also see this other group and how they have points that also make sense to me. By being honest and transparent with the person you're talking with, it gives permission for that other person to behave in a similar manner. And this place of being unsure and vulnerable is the place of communion and growth. If the other person that you are talking with views your honesty and vulnerability as an invitation to pounce on you, you would do well not talking with this person about sensitive topics. Aim to understand, not convince. If you can do this, you will change the world. When talking with someone about sensitive social topics such as racism, economics, gender issues, treat this topic like that person's baby. When it comes to people's babies, they are not rational or logical. They are emotional and sensitive. Therefore, when you say something that could be contradictory to what they believe, be sensitive, tread lightly, and keep what you're saying very specific. Avoid overstating and overgeneralizing what you are trying to convey to them. For example, something like, I believe because of evidence A and B that the most reasonable explanation for these two things is the following. If you are unsure of where you stand on sensitive social topics, it's okay. It's even healthy. And you can say something like, it seems to me that this evidence over here points this direction. However, on the other hand, this thing over here points to a different direction. And so at this point, I'm unsure of how to bring these two seemingly opposing ideas together into some sort of coherent idea. If you will show humility, realizing that like everybody else, you are led by your emotions and by your ideas more so than by the facts, then other people will lower their guard and they will listen to what you're saying. If the person you're talking to views your honesty and vulnerability as an opportunity to pounce, I would avoid talking to this person about such topics. Aim to understand and not convince, and you will change the world.